Hello, this is John Peterson, Chief Product Officer of Ayla Data. In this next demonstration, we're going to show you how the Starlight system can be used to take response after a detection has been detected. So for starters here, let's go ahead and look at an event. In this case, we have a user login failure anomaly. I'm going to click the More Information button to get more information about this particular event. In the last demonstration, we showed you how an analyst will actually look at the Ayla flow data to determine if he believes that the event is actually accurate or a false positive. If the analyst determines that the event is accurate, there are multiple actions that he can take. The first thing that he can do is just tag the event. He can simply create a tag of something like my watch list. He can also add a comment to the event. He also might want to take this event and add it to a new case in the built-in case management system. Once he's created the case, he can assign it to a particular owner. And he can also set the priority and pin the case to the console so that it serves as a constant reminder that the case is still open. Notice that all of the actions that I'm taking are being recorded here in the event itself. The analyst can also take a firewall action if the firewall has been pre-configured. He can select the firewall that he would like to issue the command to. He can select the IP address that's within the communication that he's concerned about. He can set the direction, and he can also set the duration that this particular action should take place. Let's say that he wants to take this action for 3 hours and click Submit. Right now the Starlight platform is talking to the firewall to install this particular IP address into a predefined policy on the firewall. In my demo environment, I have a Palo Alto Networks firewall that has a pre-configured policy to block all IP addresses that are injected into the policy. Now let's take a look at the event that I tagged. In the upper right hand corner, there's a Toggle More Options button. As you do that, you notice how the top bar expands to include other options like the tagged option, the case option, and the assignee option. Let's say that I only want to look for things that are tagged with my watch list too. Notice how the entire user interface only displays things that are tagged with my watch list too. In this case, there's one event in the reconnaissance section of the kill chain that has a tag on it with my watch list too. If I go ahead and click on more info for that particular event, I can actually scroll and see where I've actually tagged that before. We can set this back to default, and then let's say that we want to search for things that are related to new cases. Here the user interface returns back all events that are assigned to new cases. Now let's take a look at the entire response category. On the left-hand side of the menu, you will actually see the response category. In the response category, we have case management. This is where you can list and look at all of the cases that are currently open and who they're assigned to. You can expand a particular case and then see all of the events that are within a case. You can edit the event and add comments like we displayed earlier. You can even change the status of a case from new to in progress or to closed. You can unpin a case from the dashboard. Also, there's the firewall configuration inside the response category. This is where you can add new firewalls like Palo Alto, AWS Firewall, Fortinet, and Hillstone. And in the coming release, we're adding Checkpoint. This allows the Starlight platform to talk to firewalls via their API. You can then look at a history of all the firewall actions that have been taken. There's also alerting, where you can set up an alert recipient. Let's say that I want the user, John, to receive emails whenever an alert takes place. Once you've set up an alert recipient, you can set up an alert rule. For example, I might want to be notified on all kill chain events that are in the command and control category of critical fidelity. And I want the recipient to be John and Jarrett. You can also configure the mail server in which it uses to send alerts. And there's also built-in reporting with predefined reports. I can schedule these reports, give it a name, set the frequency so that these reports go out weekly on every Monday at 5 p.m. and be sent to a particular user. I can also preview the report, and the system will generate a PDF for me to look at right now and download right now if I want. And this completes the demonstration of the response capability of the Starlight platform. Stay tuned for the next video where we will dive in deeper on more great features of the Starlight platform.